proposed a question to you last night. What do you think the 5 greatest movies of all time are?
So I want to see how we're doing this. Are we going to do... I'm going to say 5, you're going to say 5, you're number 5, and then he's going to say his number 5?
I think we should do our top pick first.
Right, yeah.
I don't think we should do number 1 first. Number 1 should be the last one.
Okay, so you want to go from 5 to 1?
Right.
On that?
5.
Okay, right.
5.
But I say do 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4,
yeah,
so on and so forth, right? All right. That's kind of how I pretty much already envisioned this happening.
Right.
So, I'm 100% down with that. So, go ahead and we'll start with you, Mr. KC.
Alright. My number 5 movie is Dogma. Dogma is the 3rd iteration of Jay and Silent Bob.
I think it's actually more than 3rd.
We had Clerks, Mallrats, and then Dogma, right?
No. It was Clerks, Mallrats,
Jay and Silent Bob 1.
Well, no,
Jay and Silent Bob
was after.
right.
It was definitely
This
after.
is after, so I think it is the 3rd.
Maybe it is the 3rd.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it could be the 3rd.
Could be wrong.
So, Dogma has religious context to it. So you cannot go online and you cannot download this movie because there's a lot of activist groups, religious-wise, that don't like the movie. But it is a funny movie. I was gonna say Mallrats.
Fucking hilarious.
Let's
be honest.
I was gonna say Mallrats because that's the first one that brought in Jay and Silent Bob to the mainstream. Obviously, Clerks was before that, but
Dogma is
better.
way funnier, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They only spent, like, what was it, $15,000 on Clerks?
On Clerks.
Yeah.
The original one.
Yeah,
I mean, it was black and white. I mean, it was totally like... I don't
It was
know
a good
what you
movie.
call
It was a good movie.
Fucking, kind of like
A B movie.
No, not necessarily B. It was like underground. It was way underground. Kind of like...
they used black and white just to save money.
Yeah, exactly.
They saved a ton of money and they made a lot of money off.
Oh yeah, they did. All right, Greg.
Yep.
You said Greg or Guy?
Yeah, that is true. So, but like I said, depending on how you know me,
Right.
Organic.
All right, you're getting out of the realm. 5. Number 5.
I'm gonna toss the cuz for his number 5.
I gotta go with No Country for Old Men.
That's a good movie. I like that movie.
Just because of the psychopathic fucking dude that's hunting his money with this air compressor.
Let's tell us a little bit of story about it.
Well, you have Josh Brolin and Javier Bardem, or Bourdon, or whatever his name is, and they both do a
So
fantastic
you realistically don't even know how to pronounce his name?
No.
Okay.
Spanish man with air tank.
Yes, he kills people with an air tank, by the way.
It's probably even more realistically racist than I was.
Well,
let's not get into that. Let's just talk about.
Well, it's not racist. It's just I could say white man with a tank.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Not racist, but not culturally
politically correct.
It's not PC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like that. Sure.
Well, he was Spanish, and he did walk around with an air tank, and he was pissed off that Josh Brolin
shoot
stole his
people with
money.
that air tank and whatever kind of projectile he used.
Air, which is
The projectile itself.
It didn't use a projectile. He used an air tank.
No, there's no way he killed people with just air.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
There was a projectile that he fired with the air, compressed air.
I guess you'll have to. I guess we'll all have to watch the movie to make double sharp.
Look, he used the air compressor and he used a hand fucking thing that had a lot of air in it, and he shot through people with the compression.
Anyways, what's your number 5?
You have used air compressors before, correct?
I mean, we've all used air compressors.
Right. Do you think that you could shoot through someone with an air compressor?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if we had an air compressor. If it could be powerful enough to fucking shoot somebody. I don't know the answer.
Well,
to that.
let me confirm this for you because me and my dad are about to buy fucking pellet guns, which are air compressed, and you can kill a bear with it.
Right, but you have to have a projectile in there.
No,
pellet.
the pellet, but the air compression itself would kill somebody
But
if you
there
stick it
is
up to their
still
head.
a pellet that goes into said
If you
firearm.
have a projectile, he wasn't using it as a projectile. He was sticking it up to people's head.
We're talking about the movie and why it's good. We're not basing it on
Either way-
technicalities of what is shooting a
Look,
projectile.
the Mexican guy that was psychopathic was awesome, and Josh Brolin was awesome in the lead role.
It was very well.
Yes. The plot and everything was just superb.
Anyway, I have issues with that. But anyway,
Well, you're wrong.
Number five.
Say your shit.
Let's not get into it. We're just. You guys can kick the shit out of each other later. Let's just. Number
I'm lighting the
5.
fire under his feet. You're wrong, motherfucker. Now say your shit.
My number 5 for me will be Platoon.
Platoon is a great movie. Yes, I do love
I
Platoon.
do like Platoon. I forgot about that.
Platoon is a great movie about, obviously set in Vietnam and everything, which probably, goes to your, being a veteran and everything. Obviously different time.
One of the most iconic images of all time.
Yeah, that is an iconic image, but I think
That's the thumbnail.
my favorite part about that
One
movie.
of the most iconic images of all
the
time, bro.
100%. That is the thumbnail.
William Dafoe
Yeah.
with the bullets
Yeah.
going through him was
Yeah.
just...
And he's like,
Yeah.
What's the blonde guy's name that played that sergeant that was kind of rough, kind of evil?
Tom Berenger.
Tom Berenger, yes. That scene with Tom Berenger with the speech. What do you know about war? That speech is
While he was drunk sitting around.
yeah. That is one of the greatest speeches, in my opinion, in all
he was 100%
of
born
cinema
rejected,
history.
so.
Right. That was very well done, very well acted. That one,
Articulated.
yeah, that speech is great.
Like I said, that is my number 5.
Number 4 for Ken.
Number 4.
Number four for
Casey.
me
My bad.
is
Yes.
The Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
Yes, I love me some Leslie Nielsen.
God.
My God, he is
I
my
think-
favorite actor
I think
of
you
all
love him
time.
just because his name is Leslie. But
Is
anyway.
he still alive?
No, he's
he
definitely
passed
dead.
away.
Okay.
We lost a good one with that one. I love Leslie Nielsen in those movies. He is so dry. He plays it straight perfectly. Every other thing that comes out of his mouth is a joke, but he doesn't laugh at it, and he plays it straight the whole entire time.
On top of that, O.J. Simpson was in those movies.
Yes, O.J. was definitely in those movies, and he
Obviously, before he killed his wife.
he was always being
Anyway.
tortured.
I think
in those
of
movies
Ernest
also.
when I think of that time period for some reason.
Have you seen the Naked Gun movies?
Yeah, but
Okay.
Ernest definitely is. In my opinion.
I watched Ernest.
Ernest Goes to Camp was one of the greatest movies.
Yeah.
It's one of them. Okay, alright, so, Naked Gun. What do you got for number 4?
4?
Yep.
I gotta go with Russell Crowe and Gladiator.
Gladiator was a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fight scenes in that.
That was probably his
good.
best movie he ever did.
Oh, 100%. That's not even, probably...
The Joker was in it. What's his name?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin, yeah.
He fell out of favor with Hollywood for a long while. I mean, I guess you could consider him out of favor with the Joker movie too, because there's not a lot of people.
Well, I mean,
But
tree.
you had half and half. A lot of people loved it.
Right.
I didn't like it.
I like the movie.
But
I think it was a
I
little
didn't
funny.
really think it was all that great.
Yeah,
I
I
think it was a good watch. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
but
yeah.
Same
It was interesting, but it wasn't up there.
Right, I'm with you on that. Okay, so fair enough. I'll go into my number 4. Okay, number 4 for me is going to be Old School.
Classic.
Really?
Old
Classic
School.
comedy.
Really? I did not think that was going to be number 4 on you.
Wait, you thought it was going to be higher? on
I
the
thought
list?
it was going to be higher on
Right.
the list, dude.
Dude, don't get me wrong. I love that fucking
I
movie.
thought for sure that was going to be at
How
least
many how many times would you say that you watched that movie?
Shit.
Well, we watched it every day when I came over here.
No. I would probably say that I have seen this movie probably 30 plus times.
Fill it up again!
You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah, you're my boy. Hello, darkness, my old friend. And then the fucking brick drop. Initiation.
There's a lot of funny moments in that movie. Definitely a lot
I'm
of
telling
funny
you,
moments.
it is, I believe, quite honestly, one of the best comedy movies. There is another one that we will probably at some point in time get into later. But
Great movie.
I think, like I said, Old School is just that
I'm
classic
surprised
comedy.
that it's
You know,
fourth.
obviously, especially because, you know, we are at the age we're at, and, you know, this was one of the movies that came up while we were, like,
Right.
realistically growing up and everything.
Right.
So-
It shocks
College
me
age
that it is your
for us.
fourth.
To you.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, yeah. Number 4. Old School. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, check the fuck out. What do you got for number 3 there?
Number 3.
PC.
You know how much I love
I
Leslie
feel like
Nielsen?
I die a little bit every time I gotta call him that.
Casey K.
Well, you only got 5 years left, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
5 years, audience.
You better subscribe.
You have to see his dreams come true very soon before it's
Believe
too
in his
late.
dreams.
Hit the button! Hit the button, people!
And remember, if we get 1,000 subscribers, we are going to create Troy's OnlyFans account.
And put Ken's dick on it.
We'll put someone's stick on there at how many subscribers?
2,000.
There you go.
Are we
It
trying
may
to get
be
people,
red.
less people to subscribe or more?
I'm going one. Because I know you two are a bunch of fucking pussies.
Number 3
Bars.
on Casey's
Hashtag
list
bars fire.
of greatest movies. I love Leslie Nielsen, and he deserves 2 movies in the top
If you
5.
tell me Naked Gun 2, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Airplane.
Airplane.
Okay, alright. I mean,
I have watched.
that's fair.
I have watched Airplane more than any other movie.
Okay.
Like I've over 50 times. I've
Alright.
seen that movie over 50 times. It's
50.
always funny.
Even more than I've watched Old School.
I'm
Are you
I'm probably underestimating how many times I've watched that movie by saying 50.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And stop calling me Shirley.
I'll call you whatever the fuck.
Okay, Casey.
That is part of the movie, dude. Have you seen Airplane?
I have.
That is-
Airplane is a great movie. I'm not going to argue with you
It's
on
solid.
that one. I mean, it's solid. It's,
Maybe in the top 10.
I'll tell you guys a little story. So when I was growing up, during the weekend, my mom would let me and my sister. We'd have like a camp out, but it would be in the living room, right?
I'm glad I didn't say that.
Well, I don't know. We had a camp out, and it'd be in the living room, and we'd take the cushions off the
I
couch.
didn't say that.
We'd take the cushions off the couch, and we'd build like tents out of the chairs and stuff like that. And then
Okay.
we'd sit there and we would watch Airplane every single weekend, growing up, pretty much.
Fair enough.
Great movie. It's burned into my brain. I love it, and I still watch it today.
I got my first
I-
blowjob in a fucking,
Airplane?
no,
No.
a pillow tent.
Terrible story.
Not really.
A pillow tent? What?
He
What the
said
hell is a pillow tent?
what he just said.
I'm telling you guys a wholesome family story about me watching a movie, and this motherfucker over here starts talking about.
Blowjob.
Oh, I mean, you call it a wholesome family story, it can be construed differently.
Well, the only reason it's going to be construed differently because
No,
you guys are from
no.
West Virginia or something. I don't know where you're from.
No, we socialize.
You
with
still
different
think like that? Yeah. We're too close to West
Okay,
Virginia. Anyways.
All right, number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3, cuz, what do you got?
Woo! I got to go with Brad Pitt and Fight Club.
Great movie.
I love that movie.
I can't argue with that one.
Just
And,
the
you know,
philosophical nature of Fight Club.
don't be surprised if this comes up on the list again later. So
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
What's your favorite moment?
I can't believe that you went for number 3 on that one, honestly.
Well, I got you know my list, so
What's your favorite moment?
Yeah,
I would
That's
say
what I
when he
would-
realizes that Brad Pitt is him.
Okay.
When they're sitting in the fucking motel and he's like,
His name is Robert Paulson.
yeah. And then or the last moment when they obviously like blow up like the credit card companies and shit.
That's probably my favorite.
That's a good song. I like the song that in the background. Too.
Yeah, the call.
And they're holding hands and Fight Club is.
His name is Robert Paulson.
His name
is Robert Paulson.
What about the scene in the movie where he goes to the gas station and beats the crap out of the guy and threatens to kill him if he doesn't change his life?
Because I'm pretty sure this one's going to show up later on.
Okay.
I love the philosophy of Fight Club.
Right.
Where like you have this feminine guy.
All right. Number 3 for me is going to be Forrest Gump.
I'm surprised.
Forrest Gump. For some reason, I love that movie.
Why?
Because you got like
a retard or
no, you can't say that. I mean
a slow person,
a person who is obviously
mentally challenged,
fighting. Man, what's the proper way to say this? You got a slow person.
Expectations.
Okay,
he's got low expectations.
He is slow, obviously.
And he loves a slut.
And obviously there's Jenny and everything. So I mean, there's a whole bunch of
Jenny likes what?
Drugs.
And drugs. Yeah. No, I mean,
and he overlooks that because why?
Because he loves her.
No.
No, that is
he
why.
wants to bang her.
That, but there's also another explanation because he is. Let's go back to the being slow part.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I mean, he's like because he loved Jenny. He's always loved Jenny.
He's loved Jenny, but if he was logical, he'd be like, okay, well.
At the same point in time, he loved Jenny since he was like 6 years old and had the fucking metal legs and everything.
Okay, well, I like some of the girls that I liked at 6 years old, but they're.
Yeah, but you were together. Were you together all the time growing up, doing everything together, being like the black sheeps of their families?
When I was growing up, yeah, there was a girl like that.
Right. Where's that girl now?
She is married.
And hit you up on Facebook.
Well, if she's not, then she's a good one, isn't she?
She is a good one.
Well, see?
But Jenny wasn't.
Well, I mean, she came back to him.
Yep.
I think she always loved Forrest too. Maybe not in the same way that Forrest loved her.
Right. And at the same time, she also came back to him in like after he was done doing all his shit.
Well, yeah, after she done got her vagina fucking flexed out and everything.
But she had. I'm gonna say she had a rough childhood. The relationship between her and her father.
So there was some psychological elements there.
Right.
The movie, it can be an accompanying story that, like, realistically could have, like, any one of us sitting here right now could have gone down to an extent, especially you if you were dropping on your head, and you if, I don't know, your parents beat you or whatever.
I'm just psychologically damaged.
And me if,
you're just saying that he's just like an all-around normal person with very low expectations that happen to accomplish stuff in his life.
Yes, and that's why I think it was one of the, like I said, that's why I put it at number 3, is because the span and amount of shit this man fucking did
and overcame
in the course of like a 2.5 hour movie.
Now it is. Let's say it is a movie, but it is would be amazing for a person to accomplish all of that.
And on top of that,
to accomplish just one of those things out of anybody.
Like I said, did all this in like a 2.5 hour movie.
Right.
By the way,
there was a lot of shit that happened.
You still can say mentally retarded because that is
okay. Anyway, moving on.
I don't care what's accepted or not.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying you cut me off on that one.
Sorry.
Still acceptable.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Ace Ventura 2. That scene of him coming out of a rhinoceros' ass is the greatest scene in all of cinema history.
Okay, well, if it's the greatest scene in cinema history, why isn't that number 1?
Because there's another movie ahead of it that has the best plot.
Just saying.
And how does he come out of that rhinoceros?
That's how he comes out.
Completely naked, with a family watching him. thinking they're watching the great, beautiful birth of a baby. And there's this fucking skinny fucking naked dude calling out a rhino's ass.
He comes out butt naked, sweating and shit.
Okay, let's say you're on safari in like fucking Africa or whatever, right?
Right.
Why would you watch a rhino give birth?
I think that's something a lot of people would do.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, okay,
Well, that's why it was so great.
let's let the rhino have like a moment of privacy, and then maybe we'll see the baby rhino after an hour or whatever.
I think the greatest part of that scene was when they're all parked there, and his face comes out of the rhino's ass like.
Dude, that is so funny.
And he's sweating.
I mean, and that's not the only greatest scene in the movie. I love when he does the tribal fight where he gets both spears in the leg.
Yeah.
He's like, ah!
That was when he was
Auto.
funny as fuck. That was the young Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Now he's all like he's philosophical now.
Well, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk
he's
about who they are.
He doesn't do drugs anymore,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
kind of sucks. Quite honestly. All right, number 2 for you. What do you got?
You gotta do a build up. Do a build up. Like announce it.
Alright, so when it comes to my second favorite movie of all time, these guys coined the slow motion killing scenes. 300.
All right. I do love the cinematography in that movie. It's definitely unique, and it was new at the time when it
And they
came out.
pushed them off, when they pushed them all, the Persians off the cliff. That was like the most iconic part. Like obviously,
all these motherfuckers like falling.
Yeah, and they're like,
back, but
push, and they're just pushing the Persians off, and then
actually, I'm pretty sure they're like, whoo,
yeah, yeah, and it was just like that was probably the most iconic part of that movie, aside from like all the slow motion killing and shit, because that was new to that time period.
Well, I would venture to say that, first of all, like you said, with the slow motion stuff with like the blood splatters and everything, dude, that was like revolutionary. I believe that.
It was like comic bookish to me.
Yeah,
it was right. But it was like, it wasn't really like, just a picture. It was like slow motion.
And we can't forget, this is Spartacus!
No, he didn't say Spartacus, he said Sparta.
Yeah, whatever it is. And he kicked him in the well.
That's your favorite movie. You don't even know the line.
I don't give a fuck. That was a great fucking scene.
Just so you know, Spartacus is a Starz series.
That was also copied off of 300.
It was, and it was very similar.
It was still good. Amazing.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Ass and cock.
Even though that
Cock
guy
and
died,
ass.
like in the middle of it, and they had to like redo how they were like predicting.
What's his name?
And then he brought what's his name, Sam Worthington in to play Spartacus.
Yeah, because
versus the first guy who was fucking amazing.
Dude, he was the best. The first season, like that dude was amazing, and he fucking died.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he died.
I don't remember the show.
He died.
I remember watching it, but
like the first season was over, and he died, and then they put a new dude in there, and like it was still good, but the first dude, I forget what his name was. It was like something white.
I remember Xena Warrior Princess was in.
It was Liam something. Was his
Liam
name.
White then?
No, I don't think his last name was White.
Either way.
Okay, keep telling yourself.
Number 2.
Either way.
Number 2 for Guy.
Number 2 for me. You're gonna be a little pissed off, but I'm claiming number 2 best movie of all time. Bad Santa.
All right, I can see how you can.
Bad Santa.
That one has a lot to do with your personality.
That's
as
true.
well. He's like a bad Santa kind of guy.
You've seen me flick him off, right?
At the same point in time,
I don't know. Is there a story between you and Bad Santa?
Okay, no, hold on. Let me tell this story. All right, every single year on our best friend George's birthday, which is December 24th.
I don't give a shit.
We haven't done that in a while.
I know you don't give a shit.
We haven't done that in a very long time.
No, I wrote it down.
I mean, we haven't done it in a long time. But what we used to do was we would, show up our local beveraging hole or
Watering hole?
Watering hole.
Hole in the wall?
Sounds like a glory hole, but anyway.
We all lined up in the glory hole.
No.
We all went to the glory hole.
That's not what happened. But anyway, and we would watch Bad Santa on December 24th, Christmas fucking Eve,
Yeah.
just to, ring in, or start to ring in.
Hang out with friends for the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was somebody's birthday. It was an excuse.
I'm 3 foot
And it was
asshole.
perfect timing, too, because it was the day before fucking, Christmas. So.
You need many, many years of therapy.
Yeah, I do.
That was a very good movie. I'm not gonna.
What are you, fucking petites now?
A lot of the stuff in the movie we probably shouldn't comment on.
I will say this: the second one fucking sucked.
Yeah, I don't know.
The second one did suck. The first one was a classic.
100% total classic. So, all right,
Number one, drum roll. The Matrix was number one.
The first one?
The first Matrix. If they didn't make the other two movies, if you just cut out the other two movies, the series and everything else, and you just leave the first Matrix by itself, in my opinion, is the best movie.
It might be.
The plot, the cinematography, some of the slow motion stuff from 300 came from the Matrix.
Bullet dodging.
CNG.
The idea, just all together, the idea.
It's fucking genius.
The red pill, the blue pill,
not the black pill.
Yeah, no black pills.
That didn't come up till recently.
It didn't come out until last week. Anyway.
Watch our other episodes. Find out more.
That's right. Don't feel free, or don't be ashamed to
Absolutely
share and subscribe and
hit that bell button.
It's not creepy.
Notification.
It had the perfect mix of action and story.
It sounds creepy as fuck. Alright, go ahead.
100% did.
Well, Ken's telling a story. I was trying to be quiet.
And shit.
Go ahead, Ken.
Alright, I'm done.
Slow motion, bullet hell, and everything else.
Like the perfect. Jesus Christ, you guys are fucking this up for me.
Now,
we just
go to number one.
You're fucking this up for you, but
Right.
honestly, what do you got? Number one.
Well, we're going to go down the list. Let's hear yours first.
What do you mean? Your mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Might as well.
Number one for me, quite honestly. I mean, I almost, man, it sucks. I got to agree with him. Matrix, first Matrix.
Dude, really?
I'm telling you.
You're going to go with the
think,
same movie.
Yeah.
You can't deny perfection.
Okay.
Why?
Keep
Let me
this.
hear your shit.
All right. Shut the fuck up.
I am. Let's hear it.
In context, the first time I watched this movie, I was fucking tripping balls on acid.
Okay, well, that's probably why.
And, they start doing the fucking, shit where they're, dodging bullets, and you got the bullets and everything fucking flying over you and everything. Man, it just hooked me for realistically life. It's crazy.
That's it. You're tripping on acid, so that's your favorite movie.
Yep. That, and, obviously, we have watched this movie between the two of us so many times, right?
I watched it 2 days ago.
I would venture to say that we have watched this movie over 100 times.
I watched it 2 days ago.
Okay,
again.
so first
over
off,
100 times.
First off, the new movie's coming out.
I don't know how good that's going to be.
Yeah,
no
one knows how good it's going to be.
A lot of times the great
I'm not talking
movies,
about the movie.
We talk about old ass kind of reading.
Hey, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about then?
It's stuff you shouldn't be talking about.
Ken knows what I'm talking about.
Stuff you shouldn't be talking about on video. Anyways, what's your number?
Your new favorite movie? Let's just say that.
Christ. What's your number one movie? For Cuz.
Another Brad Pitt movie.
That happened in old school, by the way.
Did it?
Yeah.
Snatch.
That's number one.
That is number one for me, hands down. My favorite movie of all time, Snatch.
You want to argue with him about his favorite movie like he argued about you?
Yeah, I just love the name of the movie, Snatch.
It was a good movie. Did you watch it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen it a couple times. Brad Pitt over there with the fucking goddamn drunken Irish boxer thing going. You can't understand a fucking word he's saying and shit.
I really liked the scene with with the dogs where they were. What were they threw at the dogs? The dogs had to catch something. They were making a bet on whether the dogs would catch a bird or something like that.
Oh, when they were doing the fucking rabbit run.
Oh, is that what it was? The rabbit run?
Yeah,
I like that scene. That was a good scene.
And then when he's fighting the big dude and he lets the big dude beat on him, and he punches him through the fucking wall, and that's when he fucking stretches.
And
then he just hits him with one hit, and he just drops the big dude. Is that what you think now? You the straight fucking.
Was that the movie? Was that the movie with silence?
I forget the fucking name of the way that he's speaking, but there is like an actual.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
it's like a gypsy, like British.
Gypsy.
I can't remember the name of that like language, but it's like British and gypsy mixed together. But
we'll call it Bripsy.
Gypsish?
It's very original. Yeah.
Bripsy.
Yeah, don't hold us to that.
Anyway, that is my favorite movie of all time.
Snatch.
All right, we got one more thing.
I love the name.
Yeah.
By the way, Snatch.
One more thing. We all have made. What are they called again?
Honorable mention.
Honorable mentions. Everybody's got an honorable mention here. Let's go down the line. Let's start with Troy.
Start with me again?
We're not going to describe it or anything. We're just going to say honorable mention.
I'm going to say the remake of The Punisher in 2004.
Okay. And then the guy?
That's rough. Honorable mention for me is Fight Club. We watched that movie so many fucking times.
Fight Club. Right.
I realistically love that movie.
Mine is Dune, which came very close.
Dune?
Dune, right. It came very close to getting up over Dogma, but it was a close one.
That movie, by the way.
I mean,
yes, it's actually coming out in, I think...
Dave Bautista and everybody's in that shit.
I don't know.
You know what? It's getting released same day. Comes out in theaters on HBO Max.
I love the original Dune. I don't know if the new one's going to be able to compete with it.
I don't know. It looks
right. Well, at the same point in time, the children of the Dune did not compete with the original Dune.
Oh no, it didn't. I mean, it had its moments, but Children of the Dune isn't an actual movie, and it's not tied to the actual movie. The Children of the Dune, or the Dune series on Sci-Fi, and then you have the Dune movie, which was made in like 1983.
70 something.
Yeah, I think it was 80s, early 80s.
Yeah, 83 or 80.
Was it 80s?
It was a long time ago. But it was probably after you were already, conceived by your parents.
They cut out a lot of stuff out of the movie Dune, and they obviously had to, because that book is very complicated and very long.
Did you ever
and very politically driven in many ways. But that movie,
I don't even read my notes.
I don't think Ken read that book.
I read part of the book. I didn't.
You're bullshit.
Yeah, part of the book. You read the first paragraph. I was like,
you read the back cover.
Readings for toast.
I think I got.
I'm just waiting for the movie to come out.
I think I got through the first 3 chapters. I think, and that's about all I got to. I'm not a big reader.
I know you're not. That's why.
I'm not either. I ain't gonna lie.
Now I'm
just waiting for the movie.
I do love Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe, and I have read those books, and those books are obviously better than the fucking movies. I can tell you that.
Books give you a different view of something compared to watching the movie.
They're more in depth.
Yeah,
They're definitely more in depth.
Is that why these motherfuckers are swear by the Game of Thrones books versus the Game of Thrones TV show?
Well, a lot of the characters in the Game of Thrones show are convergence of 2 different characters. So there's more characters, more.
It's a lot more elaborate and complex when you read a book compared to watching the show.
Right, but at the same point in time, they're trying to condense all this information down into 1 hour blocks.
Right.
All right, so fair enough. There we go. Our top 5 movie picks with an honorable mention. Anything? Final thoughts?
I had fun. I like that.
Feel free to tell us your favorite movies.
Give us an idea.
Drop that shit down in the comments. Feel free to like, subscribe, share.
Give us ideas on other top 5s you might want.
Hit that bell button.
There we go. All right, good enough.
All right.